Well, today it's an all-feature version of our show on Farm Week. Our first story is about a Rolling Fork, Mississippi school teacher, one who teaches vocational skills to students.
Leighton Lee Washington knows how to handle a cutting torch and a welder. In his spare time, he turns his skill toward creating art. The material he sculpts was once used in the service of a king, King Cotton that is. Washington turns cotton picker spindles and other bits of metal into an imaginative works of sculpture. This story first aired in April 2006, 7 years ago. It was produced by Farmweek's Brian Utley.
This is a spindle, which comes from a mechanical cotton picker. This is what it looked like when I pick it up from the tractor places. What it does, it rotates. There's a gear that rotates it, and the spindle spins. And as it spins, the cotton gets caught up in it. And that's how the cotton is extracted from the bowl. And this is what it takes to get started and to make one of my little sculptures. I had some extra ones lying around on the table, and I was trying to see what to do with them. And I started shaping and forming and put them in different positions, and I saw a man appeared. I always make my left hand first, my left arm first. I don't know if it has something to do with me being in the Army or what. At that point, I started heating, cutting, and welding. And it looked like a man, but it was just a stick man. And I started, well, I'll do another one, and I did another one, and now I've done quite a few. I teach agricultural power and machinery, which deals with a little bit of welding, tractor operation and maintenance. And I try to convey to my students that you can take farm equipment, old farm equipment that's been discarded, and make something valuable out of it. And I didn't consider it art, it was just something I called myself doing. At this point, I would lay the man on the table, and then I would weld it together, cover. When I'm set up with my exhibits, and it just amazed me how people come up and say, wow, this is very unique. How did you come up with this, you know? And I feel good that people love what I do, you know, just something that I do. You know, I don't consider myself an artist. Everybody say that I am, but it's just something that I love to do, and I do it.
I bought the first one, and I have bought 4 pieces. The crucifixion, a fisherman, and I bought the folding of the flag, and his art is just fabulous.
He's creative with his art, and I like the basketball players, and the one with the man and the woman, like they finna get married, something like that was pretty unique.
I teach them how to do that if they want to learn. If they don't want to learn, I don't try to force it on them because it's not part of the curriculum. I made a piece for each student, but I made them sit there and watch me as I made each piece that they wanted me to make. And I said, the next time you do one, which should be coming up in April or this month, I said, well, you're going to have to do the next one by yourself. Well, this one is okay.
Well, I was welding one day, and then it was like this big one that he was making. Then I said I wanted to try one, so I made one like a man like hunting deer. Yeah, then I made one of those while the man was in the deer stand. So that's when I made. I made 2 of those.
I can do that?
He tell me all the time, nothing gonna leave out this shop half done. Like he'll tell you something, he'll joke about it, but when he gets serious, he's serious about it. Like he wants you to get the job done. Like he's not the type of person that you just up and just half do it. He want everything done to perfection.
You don't want to go
like I said, he's just a fun person. He fun. He real cool.
You want to go along? That's the finishing product once I put the paint on it. The clear lacquer. That's it. I name every piece that I make. At first, I didn't name it. I didn't write anything on it, when I first started. And to one lady said, "You're supposed to write on the back of this thing," She wouldn't accept it until I wrote on it. And that's, and when I started thinking about artists, when you look at artwork that has been painted, there's always had someone's name on it. So I got in gear, got it straight. There's 10 sculptures on here. Of course, there's one walking down the center with the money tray, and people are putting money in there. And then there's some sitting, and you can see how they're looking up at the preacher. And I decided I would have the preacher standing up with his arm outstretched, preaching. I took a dollar bill and had cut it up into small pieces, so it looked like that everyone who's there are giving money to the preacher. I just make things because I don't know what someone's gonna ask for. I make things that I like, of course, but I just try to find a different variety of things that people want. Before I started sculpture, and I had no idea, I didn't think I had any artistic anything in me, So the only thing I can say is just try it. Just see what you can do, and you'll be surprised, divine, there's a divine movement somewhere that causes you to do things, and evidently that's what happened to me.
And if you're interested in more information on Lee Washington, you can watch this story again on our website, Facebook page, or YouTube page. We'll also have contact information for Washington as well. Our website is farmweek.msucares.com. Now, that story aired originally on Farm Week about 7 years ago, back when standard definition television was still in vogue. Washington has opened his own art gallery in Rolling Fork, and you can call him for an appointment, and he'll take you there and you can check it out with him. He's still making the cotton picker spindle art, but he's also branched out into yard art and bottle trees. He also makes cars and trucks out of license plates. Washington also does custom work and commissions. Layton, he's also become a member of the Mississippi Craftsman's Guild of Mississippi, which is you have to submit, submit your work has to be judged as to whether you can become a member. So he's crossed that hurdle. He also went to the Chicago's Blues Festival where he represented the state. One thing we might mention too is that the guitar work you heard in that story, well, Brian Utley, who works with us at the Office of Ag Communications at Mississippi State, he was the one that did the guitar work for that story.